Talia al Ghul is a fictional character in the DC Comics universe. She is the daughter of the supervillain Ra's al Ghul, the half-sister of Nyssa Raatko, a love interest of superhero Batman, and the mother of Damian Wayne. She has appeared in over 200 individual comics issues. Talia has been featured in various adaptations in other media, most notably the 2012 Christopher Nolan film, The Dark Knight Rises, where she was portrayed by Marion Cotillard. Production history: the Talia character was created by writer Dennis Unell and artist Bob Brown. The character's creation and depiction was inspired by other works of fiction, such as the 1969 James Bond film On Her Majesty's Secret Service, and the Fu Manchu fiction. The character first appeared in Detective Comics No. 411. She is most commonly depicted as a romantic interest for Batman, a villain, or a combination of the two. Her father, the leader of a worldwide criminal empire, considered Batman the man most worthy to marry Talia and become his successor. Absent a spouse, Talia was considered as an heir to her father and his organization. While Batman is uninterested in the criminal empire, he has often demonstrated romantic feelings for Talia. Talia has saved the life of Batman or helped him on numerous occasions. The majority of her criminal acts have been committed at the behest of her father and motivated by loyalty to her father rather than personal gain. She had been depicted as morally ambiguous or an anti-heroic figure. Recent depictions have shown her to be more often an enemy of Batman and a supervillainess in her own right, such as leading the League of Assassins, as part of the secret society of supervillains, and as the mastermind behind Leviathan. IGN's list of the top 100 comic book villains of all time list ranked Talia as number 42. She was ranked 25th in Comics Buyer's Guide's 100 Sexiest Women in Comics list. Fictional character biography: early years, the first Talia comics story appears in Into the Den of the Death Dealers. In Detective Comics No. 411, written by Dennis Unell. In the story, Batman rescues her from Dr. Dark, apparently the leader of the League of Assassins. It is eventually revealed that the League is just one part of Ra's al Ghul's organization, the Demon, and that Dark apparently turned against Ra's after failing in a mission. At the end of the story, she shoots and kills Dark to save Batman's life. Talia next appears in Daughter of the Demon in Batman No. 232. In the story, Dick Grayson is kidnapped. Ra's al Ghul enters the Batcave, revealing to Batman that he knows Batman's secret identity and saying that Talia was also kidnapped along with Dick. Batman then goes with Ra's to search for Dick and Talia. In the end, it is revealed that Talia loves Batman and that the entire kidnapping is a setup designed by Ra's as a final test of Batman's suitability to be Talia's husband and his successor. Though Batman rejects Ra's offer, he nevertheless returns Talia's feelings. Ra's and Talia consider Batman to be married to Talia with only their consent necessary. In DC Special Series No. 15 in the story I Now Pronounce You Batman and Wife. In the years since the character met Batman, Talia is repeatedly depicted as torn between loyalty to her father and her love of Batman. However, she has proven an important ally in her way. Most prominently, she encourages Batman to return to Gotham City when it is declared a no-man's land following an earthquake, and he had lost his fighting spirit and did not believe he could save Gotham. Son of the Demon: in the graphic novel Son of the Demon by Mike W. Barr, Ra's al Ghul successfully enlists Batman's aid in defeating a rogue assassin who had murdered his wife and Talia's mother, Melisande. Talia witnessed the murder as a young child. During the storyline, Batman marries Talia and the prior marriage from DC Special Series No. 15 is referenced. They have conjugal relations which results in her becoming pregnant. Batman is nearly killed protecting Talia from an attack by the assassin's agents. In the end, Talia concludes that she can never keep Batman, as he will be continuously forced to defend her. She fakes a miscarriage, and the marriage is dissolved. Talia later gives birth to the child. The child is left at an orphanage. He is adopted and given the name Ibn al-Qsarash, which is Arabic for son of the bat. The only other clue to the child's heritage is a jewel-encrusted necklace Batman had given to Talia, which Talia leaves with the child. It is referenced in 3 Elseworlds storylines: Kingdom Come, its sequel The Kingdom, and Brotherhood of the Bat featured 2 alternate versions of the child as an adult, coming to terms with his dual heritage. Birth of the Demon, the graphic novel Batman, Birth of the Demon by Dennis Unal explains how her father met her mother at Woodstock and that she was of mixed Chinese and Arab descent. Talia's mother later dies of a drug overdose in this story. Bane, Talia encounters Bane while she was on a mission in the Batman, Bane of the Demon prequel comic series, written by Chuck Dixon. She brings him to meet her father, Ra's al Ghul. After Bane enters the League of Assassins, Ra's considers Bane a potential heir to his empire instead of Batman and wants his daughter to marry him. Initially amused by Bane, Talia later rejects the brute, regarding him as merely a cunning animal compared to the more cultured intelligence of his predecessor. After Batman defeats Bane in the Legacy comic series, Ra's agrees that Bane was unworthy of his daughter, and calls off their engagement. Following Legacy, Bane has a nightmare in Batman, Bane of Talia betraying him and stabbing him and then embracing Batman. In Birds of Prey No. 26, written by Dixon, Bane continues to express his obsession with Talia. At the end of the story, Talia is pleased at the supposed death of Bane in one of her father's underground sanctums. LexCorp, the Talia character was written to begin a new phase of her fictional life near the turn of the century. Talia, disillusioned with her father and his plans and using the name Talia Head for herself, leaves him to run LexCorp as its new CEO when Lex Luthor becomes President of the United States. Although she seemingly supports Luthor, she secretly works to undermine him, anonymously leaking news of his underhanded dealings to Superman. In Superman-Batman No. 6, when the time comes for Luthor's downfall, she sells all of LexCorp's assets to the Wayne Foundation, leaving Luthor penniless and his crimes exposed to all. Death and the Maidens, in Batman, Death and the Maidens written by Greg Rucka, it is revealed that Ra's al Ghul met a woman by whom he had a daughter named Nyssa during his travels in Russia in the 19th century. Ra's abandons Nyssa at a crucial time, she is tortured, her entire family is killed in a concentration camp during the Holocaust, and she is rendered sterile when Nazi doctors pour acid into her uterus. Seeking vengeance, Nyssa plans to use her considerable wealth and resources to kill Ra's by befriending, kidnapping, and brainwashing Talia, turning her into a weapon to kill their father. To this end, she captures Talia and kills and resurrects her in rapid succession in a Lazarus pit, leaving Talia virtually broken from the trauma of dying again and again in so short a time as Nyssa asks Talia why her father is letting this happen to her. Rendered apathetic by her time in the camp, unable to feel anything, Nyssa also plans to assassinate Superman with kryptonite bullets she stole from the Batcave, hoping that, by uniting the world in one moment of tragedy, she would manage to rouse herself once more. While Batman is successful in preventing the assassination of Superman, he is unable to stop Nyssa from killing Ra's. This, in turn, is actually part of a greater plan concocted by Ra's, who wants to ensure that his daughters would accept their destinies as his heirs and take up his genocidal campaign. Realizing and accepting this, Nyssa and Talia become the heads of the Demon, with Talia disavowing her love for Bruce Wayne as another result of her torture at Nyssa's hands. Talia from then on became more often Batman's enemy than an ally. The Society, in Countdown to Infinite Crisis, it is revealed that Talia is one of the core members of the secret society of supervillains, Black Adam, Dr. Psycho, Deathstroke, and Calculator. This is revealed to be part of one of half-sister Nyssa's plans to take over the planet and bring about world peace and equality. After Nyssa is killed by Batgirl Cassandra Cain, Talia assumes head leadership of the League. Under the Hood and Red Hood, The Lost Days, during the Death in the Family storyline, Jason Todd, the second Robin, is murdered by the Joker in Ethiopia. He was later revived as a character, and in Under the Hood, he is discovered by the League of Assassins. In Lost Days, out of her love for Batman and the desire of making Batman love her again, Talia takes Jason to her father and Jason spends months in the care of the League of Assassins. Although his body recuperates, Jason's mind is shattered. Seeing no other way to help him, Talia takes Jason down to the Lazarus pit and throws his body in while her father regenerates himself. Jason is fully revived in body and mind. Immediately afterward, in order to spare Jason her father's wrath, she aids the boy's escape. Livid at the fact that Batman failed to avenge his death by killing the Joker and that Batman had done nothing more than imprison him again, Jason pursues his own brand of justice. In order to stall him from killing Batman, Talia agrees to finance Jason and aid him in his training, so that he can then become the second Red Hood. Batman and Son. The concept of Talia and Batman having a child from Son of the Demon is reinterpreted into continuity in the story Batman and Son, written by Grant Morrison. Their son is grown in an artificial womb and named Damian. He is raised and trained in the League of Assassins. Talia introduces him to Batman as part of a grand scheme involving Ninja Man Bats and the kidnapping of the British Prime Minister's wife. Morrison said he relied on his shaky memories of Son of the Demon before writing, so he messed up a lot of the details, such as Talia drugging Batman before sex. R.I.P. in Final Crisis. During the Batman R.I.P. storyline, Talia and Damian become aware of the Black Glove's plot against Batman and begin devising a plan to help save him. They arrive at Wayne Manor just in time to save Commissioner James Gordon from being killed by assorted booby traps created by the Black Glove. This is referenced in issue 39 of the Old 52. She offers to join forces with Gordon to save Batman. She and Gordon arrive too late, however, and are informed by Robin that Batman went missing and may be dead following a battle with Dr. Hurt. Furious that her love may be dead, she sends out her ninja bats to murder Jezebel Jet, who plays a major role in trying to kill Batman. Soon after, it is revealed Batman did not die, but survives only to be captured by Darkseid during the Final Crisis and then apparently murdered by the New God. Following Batman's apparent death, Talia apparently decides to leave Damian in the hands of his adopted brother Dick Grayson, who later takes on the role of Batman, and selects Damian to succeed Tim Drake as Robin. In Final Crisis, she is placed on the New Society's inner circle by Libra. Despite Talia's interaction with the New Society, she still behaves lovingly and almost devoted to Batman. It is revealed in Gotham City Sirens No. 2 that Talia has trained Catwoman to resist even the most intense psychological coercion to reveal Bruce Wayne's secret identity. Following an operation in which Damian's spine is replaced, it is revealed that Talia inserts an implant into his spine that allows her or anyone she chooses, including Deathstroke, to control Damian's body remotely. She intends to use this device to force Damian to kill Dick Grayson, whom she perceives as holding her son back from his potential. After Grayson frees Damian, Talia reveals to her son that she has begun cloning him after realizing that the boy wonder has completely sided with his father's circle during their confrontation. She is too much of a perfectionist to love her son after he has defied her in such a manner, and is no longer welcome in the House of Owl. Batman Incorporated. In Batman Incorporated, written by Grant Morrison, Talia is revealed to be the mastermind behind the Leviathan, a shadowy organization formed to oppose Bruce's Batman Incorporated project. She places a bounty of $500 million on Damian's head, and declares war on Batman. In Batman Incorporated Volume 2, Number 2, a Talia origin issue, she puts her father, Ra's al Ghul, under house arrest for opposing her plan and takes his men away with her. She claims to Batman that her agents have infiltrated all of Gotham's infrastructure and that she is providing the poor with purpose by arming them and giving them slogans to chant, as well as an enemy to fight. Talia says Batman must choose between saving Gotham from suicide or saving their son Damian from a death sentence. Her clone of Damian, known as the Heretic, stabs Damian through the chest and delivers the killing stroke to her son, a move that leaves Batman devastated. After the Heretic's final loss against Batman, Talia kills him, destroys Wayne Tower, and challenges Batman to a duel to the death in the Batcave. There, Talia poisons Batman and he apologizes for not being able to love her the way she wants and admits defeat. Talia asks Batman to beg for the antidote but he does not respond. Jason Todd arrives at the Batcave and offers Talia the Ouroboros trigger, a device that would trigger the destruction of 7 cities and that she claims would provide a new source of energy for the world. When she attempts to activate the device, Jason reveals that he has double-crossed her and that the weapons the device would trigger had already been disarmed. Talia is then shot and killed by Spiral agent Kathy Kane, buried, and her body later disappears from the grave site along with that of Damian. Morrison's writing of the Batman, Talia, and Damian saga drew from his own personal experience as a child of divorce. The end of Batman Incorporated marked the end of his 7-year run on the characters. Powers and abilities. Talia has been written to be an Olympic-level athlete, having been trained in many forms of martial arts. She was educated in the arts and sciences, and she holds advanced degrees in biology, engineering, and business as an MBA. She is also quite proficient with most hand weapons. Often underestimated, Talia is also an excellent hand-to-hand fighter. In other media, television, Talia appeared in Batman, the animated series, voiced by Helen Slater. Talia also appeared in Superman, the animated series, voiced by Olivia Hussey. Batman Beyond revealed that Talia's consciousness has been replaced by Ra's al Ghul's. Ra's posters Talia to manipulates Bruce Wayne into using the Lazarus Pit as part of a plot to copy his mind patterns to his foe's invigorated body but is defeated by the new Batman. Talia al Ghul appears in the Batman, The Brave and the Bold episode Sidekicks Assemble and Crisis, 22,300 Miles Above Earth. Voiced by Andrea Bowen. Film, live action. Although never seen or mentioned in the movie of Batman Begins, Talia is briefly mentioned the bonus features of the DVD release, under Ra's al Ghul's character info file. Talia al Ghul appears as an antagonist in The Dark Knight Rises. She is portrayed by actress Marion Cotillard, as well as by Joey King and Harry Coles in flashbacks. Throughout most of the film, she appears under the alias Miranda Tate, a wealthy businesswoman and philanthropist who gains Bruce Wayne's trust in running Wayne Enterprises. After Batman defeats Bane, Talia reveals her true identity as Ra's al Ghul's daughter bent on carrying out her father's dream of destroying Gotham after his demise in the first film. A film further reveals that she was born in the underground prison The Pit, and that Bane, a prisoner who was condemned since birth himself, protected her as a young girl until she was able to escape. Batman and Selina Kyle pursue Talia's truck carrying an atomic bomb until Talia crashes her vehicle. She dies believing that her mission is a success, but Batman ultimately saves Gotham by carrying the bomb over the bay, where it explodes. Animated, Talia al Ghul appears in a non-speaking role in Batman, Under the Red Hood. During a flashback, she is shown standing next to Ra's al Ghul while attempting to bring Jason Todd back from the dead using the Lazarus Pit. She later attempts to shoot Jason after he awakens and attempts to escape from the pit. However, her father wants Jason alive and stops her. Talia appears in Son of Batman, voiced by actress Marina Baccarin. She leads the defense of the League's base at the beginning of the movie. Then, she brings her son, Damian Wayne, to his father. She is captured soon after, during a failed attack on Deathstroke's base, and is subjected to severe torture. Later, the villain uses the threat of killing her to make Damian come to his base. In addition to her wounds from the torture, Talia is shot upon shielding Damian with her body. Batman later uses the nearby Lazarus Pit to revive her. She is well at the end of the movie, and departs to rebuild the League, leaving Damian with Batman. Video games. Talia al Ghul appears in several cinematics in Batman, Dark Tomorrow. Talia al Ghul was a playable character in the Nintendo DS version of Lego Batman. Talia al Ghul appears in DC Universe Online, voiced by Ellie McBride. She is the alert broadcaster for the villain side. Talia al Ghul is mentioned in Batman, Arkham Asylum and Ra's al Ghul's bio as Batman's love interest. Talia al Ghul appears in a supporting role in Batman, Arkham City, voiced by Stana Katic. This version serves as the head of Ra's al Ghul's squad of elite female assassins. She plays a major role in the story as both a villain and love interest to Batman. She first appears in Wonder Towers, where she saves Batman from being killed by the assassins and leads him to Ra's. After he is defeated by Batman, he takes Talia hostage, and Batman saves her by throwing a reverse batarang at Ra's. When the Joker attempted to kill Batman when pinned by rubble, Talia rushes to his aid and offers immortality to Joker for sparing his life. Instead, he takes her hostage at the Monarch Theatre and threatens to kill her unless Batman meets him at the Monarch Theatre. Batman then confronts Joker, allowing Talia to stab him with her sword from behind while distracted. She then reveals that she has stolen the cure from Harley Quinn. However, she is killed by the real Joker. It is unknown whether she was taken to a Lazarus pit like her father, for her body is never found. Talia al Ghul appears as a playable character in the portable version of Lego Batman 2, DC's Superheroes. Talia al Ghul appears as an unplayable support card in the iOS version of Injustice, Gods Among Us. Talia al Ghul will appear as a playable character in the video game Lego Batman 3, Beyond Gotham. Miscellaneous. Talia appears in issue number 11 and number 12 of the Young Justice tie-in comic book series, where she and her father attempt to hijack the launch of a Ferris aircraft space shuttle only to be thwarted by Batman and Robin. When Batman tried to shut down the launch, Talia tried to stop him, but Batman told her she would have to shoot him to stop him. She and Sensei then later appeared at the end, where Matt Hagen comes out of the Lazarus pit as a slimy monster. It is revealed that a few months ago, she fell in love with Hagen, who claimed he loved her for who she was, not who her father was. But when Ra's blessed their relationship, Hagen reveals that he has cancer and was using her to get to the Lazarus pit, so it would cure his cancer. Talia is heartbroken but allows him to get in, but once he's submerged in the pit, Talia closes the hatch, trapping him inside, which transforms him into Clayface. References. External links: Talia al Ghul on the DC Animated Universe Wiki.